Oh dear, I have accidentally played the Nimbus intro. Nimbus and Deadwing are currently off limits due to the Twitch VOD muting system, so there's a good chance this series gets absolutely screwed on VODs, and I hope that's not the case. So cross your fingers really hard here, guys. But welcome back to Who's the Best European? This is still the first series in the first group of the day, spawning in the bottom right corner of the map, playing for Acer, Team Acer. Give it up for Bly.
The bottom left is the red Protoss. It's XMG's Lilbow.
Okay, so this is a map where it's so weird. Nimbus is, I really love this map because we haven't seen any distinct favoritism on it. There's no way you can sit there and come into this and you're like, wow, this is such a Terran map, easy peasy, no question about it. Or Protoss or Zerg in that regard. So definitely a balanced one to be playing on. I do wish this had been cross spawns though, being horizontal spawns like this. We always of course reference that natural base being closer to one versus the other. Bly, of course, if he wants to go mutalist, can still take advantage of Lilbow's natural, should be given the right opportunity and make the right moves, but too many times we've just seen warp prisms constantly harassing naturals from these positions.
Yeah, all the time. If Bly wants to, these are pretty good positions to go ahead and take that third as your natural. Like, the creep spread isn't nearly as important in ZVP as it is ZVT, so he probably won't, but it is a choice he can now take, and he won't be expanding. Well, actually, no, there it is. So, because he won't be expanding towards your opponent, it's actually pretty good. And you do get that creep spread that, you know, it's not really for the, like, for creep spread in ZVT, it's about the banelings for the most part, right? Like, actually being on creep. For ZVP, it's a lot about just seeing the attack coming, forcing the proxy pylon to be out farther than it usually would be.
Well, I like what Bly's done here. We always like to give credit to this because I do think it is a big deal. Where natural base being taken here at the third location. I mean, it does take a fast third, so hardly matters in terms of like which base is which. But the sooner you get this out here, the sooner you spread your creep. And we've all seen, it doesn't matter what the matchup is, we've all seen how big of a deal creep can be on a map of this size.
Lilbow actually not being really greedy here. Of course, Nimbus is it has the in-house expansion, right? So this is the map where people actually do weird stuff like one base baneling against a Terran, and it works because you're going to be looking for 14cc. You're just not going to be expecting to have to really worry about your wall, honestly. So it's not surprising that Lilbow actually doesn't go for like a early Nexus. You know, not even like a Nexus first, but maybe like a Gateway then Nexus. Nah, he just does exactly what he always do, which is Gateway and Cybernetics Core and then a Nexus, even after a Zealot too. The Zealot gonna get some good scouting. Might kill a few drones, as the Queen wouldn't be able to walk over there. And in fact, Bly, well, the spawning pool actually isn't done. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, Lilbow could maybe get some damage here on the hatchery. Certainly kill a drone or two. But this is, I don't know. We'll see how much damage it can do. This is a little too much potential to do damage, more so than normal.
Yeah, it's so hard to. Zealots are so slow. If this was paired up with a Stalker immediately, maybe it does. But then, of course, the Stalker has to run over there, and by then, Lings are already out. So Lilbow, though, maybe seeing like, hey, you have this base. You didn't just go for like, you know, 2-base safety with the in-house expansion. I'm gonna try 4-gate. So that owns 3 gateways. It's going to be hard for Bly to see this. Well, actually, no, it's not. If he just walked up the ramp, he would totally see it.
Well, there's a lot of links, like, so I mean, he's kind of good in this regard. Like,
not if, okay, because he sees the pylon, actually, he's pretty good. I think he's going to know what's going on. But he actually hasn't seen the gateways. This could be like 3-gate pressure, where like Lilbow doesn't really commit to it. Or it could be 4 gateways, where he like warps in like 8 zealots and then comes at him.
I'm loving the Zealot just kind of playing around the Rosie here with the Mothership Core guarding it from above. Bly's going to see a couple warps coming. He's now, with 3 warps, he knows there's at least 3 gates, but reality is 2 bases, 4 gates. His Overlord doesn't quite see the additional 2, but he'll probably have a pretty good idea. It's a nasty feeling, though, having only Lings to deal with this. Lings can be good in most situations, but Bly is going to be feeling the heat here in a moment for sure.
Yeah. It is a lot of Lings, and speed is about to finish, as well as having the help with the Queen, so he'd definitely be able to hold it. Now it's kind of a question of, will Lilbow get his money worth from having Zealots against unupgraded Lings? You know, if he finds a good position, then suddenly, like, Bly loses a lot of those Lings, like, all of them. You know, holds the push, but that's drones. they wanted to have make. And now he is throwing out a roach warn in case this does get overwhelming, which is always a good precaution.
I do kind of like the attempted counterattack, but as we see, I mean, even here at the gateway, it only takes 1 force field on the actual ramp to keep an army out, so really not a lot. Bly picked up upon here towards the north, as long as he can limit warping potential. I mean, it's fine that there's a lot of Zealots right now. This kind of sucks to deal with, but if you can kill the pylons and ensure there's no more reinforcements, then all of a sudden this is not as big of a deal, but still can't quite connect to that last pylon. Has bought himself enough time to get roaches, though. This is worth noting, because, I mean, Lings don't really stand such a chance against Zealots, but roaches certainly do. I think the scariest thing for Bly, though, is this third is pretty much, I'd say, gonna go down.
I don't know, like, I think Lilbow...
Right?
Lilbow might think that Bly, like, isn't gonna try and get roaches, like, he's gonna be that greedy, and that's why he keeps on, like, stockpiling these Zealots. Oh, or he just does this!
Yeah,
oh no!
Keeps the roaches out. Just barely not quite gets that sentry. Catches it in the end here. The other sentry too far away, so might be able to get the roaches in here to reinforce the moment. Same with the Lings. The pylons have been taken out though. Second force field goes down. Bly just has to play Ringer on the Rosie. I mean, the thing is, he's going to lose a hatchery. Whether it was the main or the third was a big question. But with the roach warren going down, this is really gonna sting.
That's absolutely terrible.
Alright, breaks in.
I mean, I wonder if that was intentional for Bly to make all of the roaches in that one position. Can you just recall? Yeah, save as many Zealots as you can. Gets the main. There wasn't a lair, right? So he didn't kill the lair, but that's a hatchery. It's a lot.
The roach warren going down, I think, is what really stung too. If he had just like lost one or the other, it really would have been pretty minimal for damage, but losing both together really hurt. Now Bly looking to come across the map for a counterattack. There's a lot of sentries here, and really the potential's just not there. I think for Lilbow, he's definitely in a great spot. There's no question about it. You're kind of a little bit worried with that attack. I mean, it looked easy, guys, right? Like, he just walks up the ramp, takes the fight, no problem, but it wasn't easy is the thing. And he had to be very careful about his damage, because if he didn't kill a hatchery there, that's game pretty much.
Yeah. Rocks being broken down. Even if they are, I think he has enough Zealots with force fields, especially, to carry these roaches. Behind it, he's getting no tech yet. Yeah, no tech, no robo, no stargate, no anything going down yet.
Tempting to go for those rocks, but good force fields here out of Lilbow. Zergling's coming from behind, but still more force fields going down. I may be able to pick up one of the sentries here. Not quite paying attention to it though. Roach just getting back as far as they can, as much as they can.
Yeah,
I like this. I really like this. Segmented his links back there and make sure they wouldn't over-dedicate. But still no Roach Warden has been remade, so he's going to throw down a ton of Spine Crawlers. Looks desperate, is desperate.
Yeah.
Oh, I see pull the drones from the third. Oh god, don't leave anything at this third.
I mean, he is getting a Nexus, but it's just like, okay, you're expanding, but you also still have like a really great army. He had only been able to save that Roach, though those Roaches, to say, it's... not even needing a proxy pylon. Lilbow is pretty confident with what he has. In fact, not even a Mothership Core. Like, if this actually doesn't work out, there's no recall, but I think it will. Yeah, especially with the force field on the ramp. That ramp, man. Ugh.
That ramp, this map. I think one of the big things Bly could have taken out his rocks as well. Not easily, of course, and not in good time right now, but it's just something that could have perhaps happened on the side. Oh, cancel these drones, please. Oh, god, cancel these drones. Oh, Bly. Alright, he cancels a couple of them. Two do go down, but Spine Crawler's going to try to reposition here at the top of the ramp. I don't know if this will be enough, though. I mean, this is... Spine Crawlers are great. Their damage is fantastic, but filtering up this ramp is not going to be fun for Lilbow.
And he doesn't have to. He needs to work with a few more Zealots to make sure that these links stop canceling his third, but as long as he does that, he's just going to out-macro Bly. I mean, he's okay, it was an odd force field. He's up by 50 supply. He's doubling Bly's supply right now. Still doesn't have like really great tech, but that doesn't seem to really matter because neither does Bly.
I mean, 2-base Zerg is never comfortable to be on anyways, much less against a 3-base Protoss. Without taking those rocks down, Bly is never going to comfortably take his own third. He's going to reposition the spines, and I guess that's okay for now, but still, there's always that threat of like one force field just shutting down. I mean, that's kind of the good and the bad of this map, right? This wall plays both to and against you when you're fighting Protoss.
Yeah. It really should. I mean, okay, the force field on the ramp probably won't happen again, and honestly, if it does, you were probably already going to lose the game, but now would be a pretty good opportunity to go and kill those rocks. Just do something.
The Phoenix chased away here, hallucination that it may be. Ton more spine callers coming down. It seems silly, guys, but let's be honest. If he doesn't do this, he's probably out of the game for any sort of attack.
If he makes a couple infestors, just be like Wings Liberty again.
Well, what's so funny is like Lilbow doesn't actually have to attack into this. You can just go north and around.
Yeah.
And kill the third.
Or that.
And spine callers take so long to reposition. Like, oh my god, it's not gonna be fun moving this around if he needs to, and he will absolutely need to.
Yeah. Remember back when they buffed the spore crawler, burrow.
You know the
rates.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was gonna be the spine crawler because 4-gate was like a really like toxic thing back then, and like it was like nope, just kidding. It's a spore crawler.
Well, what kind of blows my mind here for Bly is I've never seen him so, I don't know, flustered, I guess. I mean, it's we've cast a lot of Bly, being all the European events we cover, and I've never seen him this desperate, so to speak. I mean, I'm really not trying to make him seem like he's in a worse position than he is, but he is in a bad spot.
It's hard to make him seem like a worse position when he's down about 100 supply.
Yeah.
There's not really any sugarcoating this. He isn't actually a terrible position.
Well, spines are lined up. We'll see if Lilbow is going to attack into the Bly going swarm host, by the way. I don't think I've ever seen Bly do swarm hosts.
Desperate times.
Yeah, desperate
measures.
I mean, actually, if he can get his swarm host out, I think he'll be in a pretty good spot. Oh, these hallucinations, those zombie go up. This is sick.
Oh, cool.
Spines will waste a lot of shots on these as he charges forward.
Probably break it without them, but whatever.
But that's the thing, like, this was meant to buy so much more time. I mean, just those first couple volleys, that's the difference of stock is going down. Still going to die nonetheless, and the observers here. I'm sad to say that Bly's going to go out of the first game, but it's not the group yet. Just look at the losers match to fall back to.
Yeah. Just very surprising how fast it is. If anything, if it was going to be this fast, you would have expected Bly to just be hyper aggressive, not dying to these attacks from Lilbow.
Not the, I mean, Swarmos would choke at the ramp, let's be honest. Bly might lose this game, but it won't be fast.
Okay.
Swarmos will buy him a lot of time, and he's got a lot more on the way. And, I don't know, I'm kind of like fantasizing right now about this incredibly weird scenario where he comes back from this just because Lilbow can never get up that ramp with the Swarmo.
Oh god, no. Okay.
Like, there's no Colossus, right? Like, he's going double Robo, he's going for the Robo Bay. He's like, alright, screw it. Actually, he's going to have triple Robo. He's like, screw it, I need to deal with these Swarm hosts now.
I don't know, if there's like a couple more expansions in your back pocket, like, in your base, then maybe you guys come back from this and finally breaks down those rocks. But now that almost helps like Lilbow now. Like Lilbow's the one that gets up there.
Cool down on Locust. Great force fields actually to choke all these out, but as we see the Swarm host pick up, reposition, Locust not getting any damage done. I didn't realize just how short the Locust range was until you watch them sort of corral against force fields like this, but I guess force fields have a dimension of 3 because that's the range of a Locust.
Bly actually got like up like farther ahead in supply now on 2 base than like I think he ever was, almost reaching 100. Good try.
Yeah. GG, Lilbow will take the first series of the day. This puts him in the winner's match. A pretty awesome spot to be in. This puts us about half an hour ahead of schedule. We kind of did anticipate this, guys, and asked the players to be ready a little bit earlier than expected. So we're gonna have a bit of downtime here while I go out of my way to try and contact the Muslim and Daishi to start their matchup here ASAP, so we can get trucking here through the games.